3A basketball on Hamilton County TV, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 27 years in the business. We would also like to thank our great sponsors, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Church Hidden Anthem, Smith's Jewelers, HCTVcalendar.com. Welcome, I'm Perry Williams, and alongside of me today is Brad Silbert. Welcome, Brad.
Perry, it's a great day for basketball here. The holidays are all over. Everybody is overeaten, and now they're ready to get some exercise and watch some basketball here and get into the closing month of the girls' basketball season. About 4 more weeks to go in the season, and then you and I will be bringing sectional basketball to Hamilton Southeastern, and it'll be over quicker than we can imagine. It doesn't seem like we're two-thirds of the way through the season. But Perry, we got a couple teams here today that are really kind of in different shape. The Westfield Shamrocks come in here at 13-4, 3-2 in the HCC. Hamilton Heights Huskies at 7-8, 1-1. Let's take a look at both these teams. Let's start with the visiting Shamrocks. What have you got to say about them?
Well, you know that they got a great team, and they're led by Jade Shipley, who is a senior, and Brad. It seems like Shipley's been around forever for the Westfield Shamrocks. She's a guard. She's 5'2", and I've seen her play so far this year, and she makes his team go. And then Crockett in the middle, 6'1", a freshman, a very talented basketball player. Ava Henson, a junior forward, 5'7", very good player. So, and Gigi Eldridge, which is a sophomore at 6 foot. So, size is going to be tough on the Huskies here today with a 6-footer and one at 6'1", and some very talented players too.
Yeah, Alyssa Crockett and Jade Shipley both average over 10 points per game. Let's join the Hamilton Heights public address announcer for the introduction of the players.
Lady Husky basketball player Kayla Moran.
We wish to thank you for your attendance at today's Hamilton Heights High School girls basketball game. At the same time, we ask that you be positive and supportive of all the athletes, officials, and coaches. Please do not engage in unsportsmanlike conduct towards anyone involved in today's contest or draw negative attention towards your son. Remember that sportsmanship has a place of yours. Again, please let the players play, the coaches coach, and the officials appreciate, and the spectators be positive. Thank you for your help and cooperation.
Thank you. It's my privilege on behalf of Hamilton Heights community, our administration, staff, and student body to welcome Varsity girls coach Jenny Smith, principal Stacy McGuire, athletic directors Bill Davis and Andy Devins, and the Westfield Lady Shamrocks to Hamilton Heights this afternoon. Also, welcome you to the Lady Husky faithful back for another exciting game here at Hamilton Heights. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starters for our varsity contest. First, we have the Lady Shamrocks of Westfield High School. Starting at guard position, 5'2" senior, wearing number 5, Jade Shipley. Also at guard position, a 6'1" freshman, wearing number 32, Ashley Crockett. Also at guard position, wearing number 44, a 5'6" junior, Ashton McCurdy. At a forward position, a 5'7" junior, wearing number 23, Ava Henson. And at the other forward position is a 5'8" senior, wearing number 30, Zoe Pinnock. And the Lady Shamrocks once again are coached by Jenny Smith. Husky fans, put your hands together, and your feet, let's make some noise. It's time to meet your Lady Husky starters. Starting at guard position, a 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 3, Julia Oswald. Mr. Keegan
A total of 4 seniors on both of these teams today, with the Hamilton Heights Huskies only having 1 in the form of Abby Christensen, and the Westfield Shamrocks having 3. So these teams are definitely building for the future. The Rocks are 13-4 this season. They've got nowhere to go up from there. But the Huskies at 7-8, they're rebuilding, but they've got a great group of young talent coming in.
Absolutely, and sometimes we forget this Hamilton Heights Huskies girls basketball team schedule is brutal.
Yes, it is.
He plays some of the top teams around this area, and he's not afraid to play anybody.
Yeah, they play quite a number of 4A teams in addition to their conference. The Shamrocks win the tip out to Alyssa Crockett. She takes a 3 and misses. Bailey Runner setting up the offense for the Huskies. Wiley back to Oswald. Inside to Wiley. She puts it up and gets the first 2 points of the game. So Lauren Wiley opens the scoring in this game. All the way across the lane to Shipley. She misses, rebounded by the Huskies, and we're going to have a foul called here. It looks like Bailey Runner had good position on that, and that's going to go against the Hamilton Heights Huskies.
The one thing about it is Bailey Runner, for being 5'7", she gets a lot of rebounds.
Yes, she does. Huskies setting it up. Oswald out high. Wiley back to Runner. Runner averaging about 15 points per game on the season. She is the go-to player for the coaching staff at Heights.
They won't get in a big hurry, Brad. We've watched them many times, and they work for a good shot now.
Well, the last game we did when Heights played the Fishers Tigers, they did the same thing. They were very deliberate, and that was their way of, number one, trying to stay in the game and having a chance to win. Runner all the way around the circle.
But the one thing about it, you won't find any finer ball player than Bailey Runner out there. She does almost everything well.
This team has got a great future. Lauren Wiley was going to turn and take the shot, but did not from the corner. Back out to Oswald. Back to Bailey Runner. They've held the ball for almost 2 minutes here already, Perry. 2-0 in favor of the Huskies. Oswald in the lower corner. Back out to Wiley up high. 5.5 minutes gone or remaining here in the first quarter. A 2-0 game in favor of the Huskies. Oswald, Wiley thought about shooting but didn't. Gets it in. Tries the layup. Misses. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Huskies. And the Shamrocks will have an opportunity to try to tie or go ahead in this game. See if the Shamrocks are as patient as the Huskies were here, Perry.
I will probably say no. Shipley keeps that team rocking and rolling.
There's a turnover for the Shamrocks. Huskies bring it back down once again into the hands of Bailey Runner. Runner around the corner to Oswald, back out high to Lauren Wiley.
The one thing you have to learn against these guys, you have to be very, very patient.
Abby Christensen took a shot there. She missed, but it was batted out of bounds by the Shamrocks.
Yeah, it was Ava Henson. I'll tell you what, I've seen her play a couple times this year. She's a good ball player.
Wiley had that ball tipped, went back to the Huskies. Then,
bad.
2 turnovers right in a row there, one for the Shamrocks and one for the Huskies. I think what we're getting here with 4:38 here in the first quarter, I think these teams are just trying to feel each other out to see who's going to do what.
Yeah.
Ashton DeCrane brought it up into the hands of Jade Shipley. Back to DeCrane. Crane standing almost at midcourt. 4:18 in the first quarter, 2-0 in favor of the Heights Huskies. Here comes a three-pointer from Jade Shipley. She misses. Rebounded by Jillian Oswald. 2 points scored in the first 4 minutes of this game, Perry. It's exactly what you thought it was going to be. Almost traveled there. Christensen. Wiley for a three. She gets it. So the Hamilton Heights Huskies have jumped out to a 5-0 lead, all courtesy of Lauren Wiley, who's got a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, it's important that she gets a good start, too. Because with the bigs that you know, Westfield can throw against you could tell a toll down to here towards the end of the ball game. So Wiley needs to come up big here early.
In the middle to Zoe Pentecost. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Shamrocks. Have a substitution, first one of the day. That's going to bring in Olivia Roby for the Shamrocks. 3:23, 5-0 here in favor of the Hamilton Heights Huskies. First quarter of action from the Husky Dome. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. Great to have you with us today. Christensen finally gets rid of it. Inside to Wiley, just inside the three-point line. Out in the corner, that's Oswald. Wiley's got it. She turns, sends it back to Oswald. Oswald misses a three. Rebounded by Alyssa Crockett for the Shamrocks. Here's a three on the way for the Shamrocks, which is going to miss. Going to be a foul called on that, and I think that's going to go against the Shamrocks, Perry, I believe. No, correction. That's against Bailey Runner trying to get the rebound. So
I thought maybe they would call on Crockett since she was over the top of it. But
Crockett finally gets rid of it.
Huskies play good defense. I mean, they get after it.
Crane getting the offense set up for the Shamrocks. Crockett. Going to have a 30-second timeout here called. And we'll take 30 seconds and we'll hear from one of our great HCTV sponsors.
Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 27 years. Specialize in that last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or check them out on their website, loganstreetsigns.com.
You know, Perry, somebody told me we'd be at about the 2-minute mark in the first quarter and the Shamrocks would not have scored. I said I would have probably said right. I think that was a well-timed timeout for Coach Smith to try to settle her players down and try to get something set up here and get on the board.
Well, I tell you, and I've said this many, many times, Jenny Smith is a top-notch basketball coach.
Zoe Pentecost back out to Roby, all the way around the other side.
And you got to remember what we mentioned earlier, man. There's a lot of young players on that Westfield side. So,
Crane looking for help, gets it from Roby. There's Crane once again under the net. That one goes to Ava Henson, and she gets the Shamrocks on the board with her first 2 points of the night. 5-2, 1:31 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Henson's averaging about 8 points a game. I mean, she's a scorer.
Huskies with the lead. Lauren Wiley almost under the basket, but couldn't get the shot off. They got to Oswald. Runner. Christensen. Back to Oswald again. Thought about the shot, but the Huskies are playing a very, very patient offense today, Perry. Under a minute. 5-2 in favor of the Huskies. Will they wait for the last shot here?
I will say that if they don't, it'll be an easy shot for a basket.
Peyton Dissett with the ball. Not a big crowd here today, so you could hear a lot of the commentary.
Yeah.
You can also hear the rolling sign, which is right behind Perry. Yeah. So if you hear this rumbling sound once again, it is not your television or your computer. We have a rolling sign right behind us, and it changes about every so often. Under 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter, 5-2 in favor of the Huskies.
They're going to probably take it down to 8. Yeah. Going to have to hustle now.
Gets it to Oswalt. Oswalt drives, takes the shot, and she is fouled, and she's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
Not a bad play there.
Not bad at all. And that is going to go on number 10, Olivia Roby, so that'll be her first. Second team foul of the half. Only 3 fouls in the whole half, Perry, or quarter so far. Jillian Oswalt gets her first points of the day. Brings Gigi Eldridge in. While Oswalt ends up making both. And that will be the end of the first quarter, with the Hamilton Heights Huskies ahead of the Westfield Shamrocks 7-2.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on their website, noblesvilletrophies.com. Well, you know, Brad, this is so far kind of what I expected. I mean, you know, this is Heights. So far, Heights is controlling the tempo.
Yes.
I mean, you know, and I know Jenny's talking to her girls over there now. Jenny Smith, the Westfield coach. You know, this is important. They've got to get up tempo a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Shamrocks have won 5 in a row, and the Huskies returned to action the other day with a huge victory over conference rival Lewis Cass, 71-19, and that was at Lewis Cass.
Yeah, that's the most points the Huskies have scored all season long, and that's the least amount of points. But Lewis Cass has only won 1 game, and Keegan knows that, and they got to be prepared for that tough regional they play in this year at Newcastle. So. They just move on, and this is the game he wants to play well in, because this is some of the competition like he'll see in that 3A tournament, the sectional regional.
Michaela Moran is into the game for the Huskies. Shot taken, but missed, and I thought the Shamrocks may have touched that, but they're going to get the ball.
Yeah, they touched her bum. As you can see, Jenny Smith went with a bigger lineup here. She's got Eldridge and Crockett in there, so that's 2 people over 6 foot tall in that ball game right now.
That's going to be a kick ball, which is going to go back to the Shamrocks.
The Huskies made a substitution. Michaela Moran's in now.
Mm-hmm.
She's another freshman. I mean, there's a lot of young players out here.
Eldridge, Duquesne, and Castor seem to be just passing the ball right around the 3-point line, waiting to get that good shot set up. Crockett, who normally wore number 20, she is wearing 32 today, so if you're familiar with that, there's a shot by Crockett. Misses the 3, rebounded by who else but Bailey Runner. Runner has got some numbers, and she manages to try to pass the ball off to Oswalt, but it's tipped out of bounds by the Shamrocks, and the Huskies will retain possession. 6:59, 7-2 in favor of the Huskies. I'm not sure. Did they give him the timeout, Perry? It looks
No.
Okay. Coach Jerry was trying to get a timeout, but
surely the referees could have heard him, because we heard him up here.
Well, I heard him through my headset, so. Shamrocks trying to set it up. Only scored once so far in over 9 minutes of play. under the net. That one, Henson slipped and fell into the hands of the Huskies, and Oswald takes it all the way for another 2 points for the Huskies.
She's got 4. Wiley's got 5.
Thought about taking the 2 there, Eldridge, but she passed it back out to Crockett. That one's tipped out of bounds by Bailey Runner. Just a little under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. 9-2 in favor of the Huskies from the Husky Dome here on Hamilton County Television. Thank you for joining us today. Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. Producer-director Will Wofford. Cameraman Louis LeCain with us here today. And, of course, back at Master Control in the Penthouse Studios of Hamilton County Television, none other than the world-famous Jim Wofford. Got a foul being called here. Will that be a shooter or not?
I don't think so. I think they said it was on the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's going to go on Michaela Moran. It's going to be her second foul of the half. Another turnover by the Shamrocks.
You know, for the Shamrocks, there are no seniors in that ball game right now. We got a couple of juniors and a couple of freshmen and a sophomore.
Now we're going to have one called against the Shamrocks, and Jade Shipley comes back in. That one's going to go on number 24, Ashton DeCrane. That is going to be her first. 3 team fouls. They've kind of been letting them play today, but it hasn't really been what I would call a rough game either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Bailey Runner setting it up. Moran tries to get it under the net, gets it to Wiley. She turns and shoots. I couldn't tell if she just couldn't get the shot off or it was blocked, but there's a travel. Ashton DeCrane just took an extra step there. Huskies bring the ball down. Bailey Runner, 4:50 on the clock in the first half. 9-2 in favor of the Huskies. Oswald looks inside to Wiley. She turns, shoots, misses. Nice rebound there by Gigi Eldridge. She brings it up past the timeline. That one's going to be stolen, ends up with a jump ball, and that one's going to come back to the Hamilton Heights Huskies. Zoe Pentecost comes back in for the Shamrocks. Huskies coming off the jump ball.
Jenny Smith's searching for players. She's played about 9 players right now. Huskies aren't very deep on the bench.
Under the basket to Moran. She can't make anything happen. Back out to Oswald. Oswald in the corner to Dissett. Dissett out to Moran. Finally into the hands of Bailey Runner. Runner looking for some help. Finally gets it from Jillian Oswald. In corner to Dissett. Under the basket to Moran. She shoots. The basket is good, so Moran will have the opportunity for the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, we don't see this much anymore, do we?
No, we don't. That one's going to go against Gigi Eldridge. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Shamrocks, and Moran will have 1 shot, which she misses, rebounded by Eldridge. Into the hands of Jade Shipley. 3:37 here, first half. 11-2 in favor of the Huskies. Perry, the Shamrocks just have hardly been able to get inside today at all.
Yeah,
Shipley looking to get it set up. That's about as far inside as they've been all day.
Yeah, really
finally into the hands of Gigi Eldridge, who picks up her first 2 points of the afternoon. 11-4 now, 3:09. Huskies leading by 7 here in the second quarter. And the Huskies are going to call a 30-second timeout. And Perry, with that, let's hear from one of our wonderful Hamilton County Television sponsors.
Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or ecommunity.com. How about HCTVcalendars.com? Be sure to check out this calendar for upcoming events in Hamilton County, including local high school or high school events. If you have an event, add it to our calendar. It's easy. It's free. Hamilton County Community Calendar has been around online since 1995. HCTVcalendar.com.
Well, Perry, it was a total of 7-2 in favor of the Huskies at the end of the first quarter.
And now we're all the way up to 11-4.
Mm-hmm. And we've got 2:58 remaining here in the first half, following the timeout by Coach Cherry. Peyton Dissett will inbound the ball for the Huskies. Gets it into Jillian Oswald. Little token pressure there from Diamond. Back in the corner, back to Dissett. She takes it around the horn. Wiley thought about taking a three there, but decided not to.
Yeah, she's hit one tonight, so she's probably itching to take another shot. Nice screen.
Dissett. In the corner to Dissett. She misses, rebounded by none other than Kelly for the Huskies. We're just about 2 minutes away from halftime, 11-4 in favor of the Huskies. Huskies getting things set up. Dissett under the basket, stolen by the Shamrocks, taken by Crockett. In the corner, three on the way. That one bounces and misses out of bounds, and that's going to go back to the Hamilton Heights Huskies.
More substitution for the Rocks.
I think Jenny Smith is just trying to find the right combination here
that's all she's doing right
to
now.
break this defense of the Hamilton Heights Huskies, which so far has only given up 4 points through 14 and a half minutes of play here.
Against, a very good Westfield team.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
nice block there.
That was a good play. That was a good give and go, though.
By Crockett.
Yeah.
All ball. That happened right in front of us. She just had her hand on the ball. Here's a three on the way. Misses once again.
That's going to be on Shipley.
Yeah, that's going to be Shipley, and that's going to be her second. That was one of those that was basically unavoidable, Perry.
I mean, that kind of foul there. I mean, you're both going after the ball. I mean,
and
she was grabbing that rebound on the fly,
Fortunately for the Huskies, they had possession of the ball, and Shipley was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Oswald. Back to Oswald. Bailey Runner just making big circles around there. There's Oswald with a long two. That's missed. Pentecost, or rather Crockett, with the rebound.
See, that's what Shipley does well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's her game right there, dishing that ball off to Henson.
Henson got that one, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure. 11-6, 25 seconds here in the first half. The Huskies have been on top for the entire game.
The one thing about it, the Huskies have missed a couple of shots here late, Brad, they should have got. I mean, Oswald was wide open on that shot she just took. You're not going to get those all the time.
Under 5, Dissett out to runner. She's got to take a shot. Will she get it? No. So at the end of 16 minutes in the first half, it is the Hamilton Heights Huskies 11, the Westfield Shamrocks 6. We'll be back with our halftime guest in just a few moments.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Hey Deb, why do they call us Logan Street Signs and Banners?
Because we started off at Logan Street.
But we're on South 10th Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
Why didn't we change the name?
That would have just confused everybody and they wouldn't be able to find us.
Now I'm really confused.
Bill, we're Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Welcome back to the Husky Dome. Halftime here with the Hamilton Heights Huskies leading the Westfield Shamrocks 11-6. And we're joined now by another Hamilton County girls basketball coach, Chris Huppenthal. Obviously, Chris, you're here today to take a look at the Westfield Shamrocks as you will have them over in the jungle coming up Thursday and Friday. But what's your impression of this game so far overall?
Well, Westfield is a great defensive team. Jenny Smith does a wonderful job defensively. Her kids are always in the right spot defensively, and that's why the score is the way it is. Offensively, they are trying to speed it up there a little bit at the end of the second quarter, and I think that's something that might prove better for them here in the second half if they can beat that zone down the floor. But Hamilton Heights, I haven't seen them play this year. And, that zone's pretty good zone.
This is the third or fourth game I've done with Hamilton Heights, and all of them have been good, competitive games. I had them early in the season at Noblesville when they came in and beat the Millers, and had them a couple weeks ago when they were playing Fishers, and that game came right down to a 4-point game right at the end. And again, in that particular game, it was a low-scoring affair, and I kind of think that that's what Coach Cherry is looking for, to try to keep the score low.
Yeah, and if it's productive for you, that's what you do. And they're able to keep this low scoring, and it's their advantage right now. And again, that zone, Westfield right now is having a lot of problems trying to figure out how to get the ball inside that zone as well as find shots in it. So if it's working, you know, I know the fans sometimes they look at the score and they don't like seeing low scoring games. But I know as coaches, would you just win. And if this is going to be productive for them, it helps them win, and do what you have to do.
Well, I told people a couple weeks ago after the Fishers Hamilton Heights game that Perry and I did just before Christmas that I think the final score was like it was like a 3 or 4 point game, and it was under 40 points total for each team. I told him, I said, that was one of the best games I've seen in a long time. It was, it was well played in that, and that's, that's important.
Well, again, Westfield's not shooting the ball real well, and I understand that, but both teams are playing hard.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a close game right to the end. It really is going to come down to if Westfield can figure out that zone. But Hamilton Heights moves the ball really well. Their kids are constantly moving in the offense. But again, Westfield's defense, they're doing a great job defense.
Yeah.
They're switching up how they're playing the ball screens, which I think is confusing Hamilton Heights a little bit because sometimes they're jamming it, sometimes they're hedging on it. So both teams are obviously very well prepared, which is leading to a score like this.
Well, Westfield has gotten a number of shots off, but they just have not been able to get the ball through the hoop.
No, and they're a lot of their shots that they're getting are 3-pointers. The Shipley girl came in there and got a little dribble penetration there at the end, and that allowed them to go ahead and get an easy bucket. But other than that, there haven't been too many dribble lanes for Westfield.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your team, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, and I know you're here today specifically to watch Westfield because you guys have got them coming down to HSE on Thursday night. But everybody I talk to in the community is just really, really impressed with your team and the season they've had. They've had a great season.
Well, we have, and we're trying to stay grounded, and every day at practice is an opportunity to get better, and I know that's cliche. And every day that we play is an opportunity to get better. And again, I know that's cliche, but these girls really enjoy playing with each other. They understand their roles, and we have kids contributing in ways that a lot of kids would not accept the roles that they have to try and contribute in. And again, as we talked on before we went on the air, you got a kid like Lydia Self who impacts a game and never scores. Taya Irvin is probably good a defensive player as I've been able to coach. And you're not going to read about what Taya does in a newspaper, or you're not going to see too many highlights of a Taya Irvin. But those two impact the game. And you bring a kid like a Molly Walton off the bench who's been a 2-year starter.
Yeah.
And again, there's an opportunity where a lot of kids wouldn't accept the role of, hey, I'm a 2-year starter. I've started over probably 50 games in my career, and now you're asking me to come off the bench. Molly's accepted it, and bringing a kid like a Molly Walton off the bench it's just such a big advantage.
It's a luxury for you.
Oh yeah, it's a luxury that we're not going to have in coming years. And the sad part is as time's running out for us. As we get here to the end of the season and get to the tournament. But I've thoroughly enjoyed being around this team and coaching them and seeing the growth that they've had. Our senior class over 4 years.
It's funny. I've been associated with HSE athletics for a number of years, and I can honestly say I've enjoyed all my time there, but I've never met a more cohesive group of kids than the kids that you've got this year, Chris. They just seem to gel. In talking to some of the players, their reaction to things is, and I'm not going to say specifically, who said this. It's really irrelevant. But I've had a couple players say to me, "Well, Coach took me out because I made a mistake."
Yeah.
And then the next sentence is, "I'm learning from that mistake."
Well, and that's a trust thing. And a lot of times, kids, players, They don't trust their coaches, and I appreciate the fact that these kids trust me. But also they understand through that mistake they're going back in. It's not a permanent death sentence for them to sit there and try to mull it over. We're going to get them back in the game.
Well, it's not only a coaching thing; it's a teaching thing.
Right.
And you see the kids learn. Coach Chris Huppenthal, Hamilton Southeastern Royals, thank you for joining us here at halftime. We appreciate you being with us. Always good to talk to you, Chris, and we'll see you Thursday and Friday night over at Hamilton Southeastern.
Thanks for having me on the radio.
We're glad to have you here with us.
Thank you.
Chris Huppenthal, always an interesting guy to talk to, Perry. Always very down to earth and just.
He says it like it is.
Yes,
too,
yes, he does. And from our perspective, just one of the best.
One of the good guys.
Yep, certainly. Well, 11-6, and I think he summed it up real good, saying that both of these teams had opportunities, and they just couldn't get them to work. But they've missed some shots, but the defense is what's carrying this game right now. We're back to action. Shipley, DeCrane out high, trying to get it inside the 3-point line there to Shipley. Back over to Pentecost. Pentecost looking for some help. Layup attempt by DeCrane. She misses. Rebounded by Jillian Oswald. So if the first possession of the second half is anything like the first half, Barry, we might not even get to 20 points in this game.
Way it's going, total.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure the pace has got to pick up here. I mean, the Shamrocks got to get something going.
Wiley was double-teamed. She was going to try to take a shot inside there, but double-teamed by the Shamrocks.
I still think the Shamrocks got to take that ball inside. I think Shipley's got to penetrate and get those easy baskets up around the rim there.
But we'll just have to see what kind of adjustments both of these coaches made. Oswald, minute and a half gone, still no scoring here in the third quarter. 11-6 in favor of the Huskies. Runner all the way across the floor. Kind of an errant shot put there by Dissett, but that misses and goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Huskies, so the Shamrocks will have the opportunity.
That's the one thing the Huskies got to do. I mean, that was not a shot probably.
Not a good shot. Shipley looking to get it set up. Long three, missed. Rebounded by the Shamrocks. They get another shot up, but that doesn't go. And the ball finally goes out of bounds. Let's see which way it's going to go here. It's going to stay with the Shamrocks.
Yeah, that's right. I think Bailey rolled it out of bounds.
Yeah, that ball was just bouncing all over the place. Shamrocks do get it in bounds. Pentecost over in the corner to DeCrane. DeCrane looking for help, takes it out top. Shipley across on the left side, retreats. Inside to Henson. Back to Pentecost. In the corner. Henson once again out to Crockett. Both these teams showing a lot of patience here, Perry. Shipley. 5:20 remaining in the third quarter. 11-6. This is a basketball game, folks. This is not a baseball game. Shipley trying to set up the offense. Henson back in the corner all the way across to Shipley. She launches a three, misses. That one goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Shamrocks. Runner did a great job of blocking out DeCrane so she could not get to that ball. That's going to go on Jade Shipley, and I think if that's on her, that's her third.
That's not a player that Coach Smith wants to lose either.
No, Jade Shipley is very important to this offense, and she's going to take some bench, and that's going to bring Olivia Roby in.
Which is a freshman. So Roby's a good ball player, but
But once again, both these teams very, very young. Shamrocks with only 3 seniors. Huskies with only 1. Runner back in the corner, Dissett. Dissett back to Wiley. Wiley's done a good job both on the inside and outside today, Perry.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, the one thing about it is, Bailey Runner hadn't scored in this ball game.
Yeah, that's odd. Oh, Dissett just lost the handle on the ball, and the Shamrocks ended up with it. Shamrocks with a chance to do something here, and they misdribble the ball right into the hands of Lauren Wiley. So
it's really sloppy now. This quarter.
2 costly turnovers there, back-to-back, 1 by each team. Yeah. We're still at 11-6, which is right where we were at halftime 4 minutes ago. Here's Runner with a 3. She's got it. Bailey Runner gets her first 3 points of the game, and is that big or is that big, Perry?
That's a big shot there.
Of course, Jade Shipley is on the bench right now, so let's see how that changes things here. That was Crockett driving. She got fouled.
See, I think that's what Crockett's got to do. She's got to go to the basket now.
Peyton Dissett picks up the foul. That's her first team foul of the half. Only 2 team fouls in the whole game on the Huskies. Crockett breaks the scoring drought for the Shamrocks.
And that's her first point.
Yeah. Crockett averages 10.9 per game.
And she's also the leading rebounder, too, isn't she?
Yes. Got 1 of 2.
And guess who's got the ball? Bailey Runner.
There's a 3 from Dissett. Misses short. Oswald takes it, lays it up, misses. Rebounded by Crockett. Correction, that's not Crockett. I'm sorry. That's Gigi Eldridge. Yeah. Once again, the Shamrocks come up empty. 1 field goal and 1 free throw, the only scoring here in the first 5 minutes of this half. There's an offensive foul. That is going to I believe that's going to go on Peyton Dissett. Correction, that's on Moran.
That's her second.
Yep. And we have a timeout coming here, so let's take a moment and hear from one of our great Hamilton County television sponsors.
Since the establishment of Church Hill and Anthem in 1880, our neighbors, our community leaders, businesses, and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve the most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of helping our clients when they need it the most. Give us a call at 317-773-2190.
Well, Perry, we're over halfway through the third quarter. We've had 1 3-pointer and 1 free throw scored so far in the first 5 minutes of this half. DeCrane trying to get it inside, gets it under the net to Henson.
That's what they got to do more of.
And Ava Henson picks up her 6th point of the game. Henson, Crockett, and Eldridge are the scorers so far for the Shamrocks. Huskies trying to get things set up there. Jillian Oswald, no pressure on her so far. Oswald drives the lane, gets it over in the corner to Christensen. Christensen back out top to Dissett. Oswald in the middle to Wiley. She wanted to turn and shoot, but she couldn't get the shot off. Oswald in the corner. Peyton Dissett trying to get it set up once again, gets it back to Bailey Runner, and the Huskies reset the offense. 1:52 remaining here in the third. 14-9 in favor of the Hamilton Heights Huskies. That is not a misprint that you are seeing on your screen, fans. Oswald lets a three go. Looks good, and she's got it. Oswald picks up her 7th point of the game, leading scorer in this game so far. Shamrocks looking to get it set up once again. Over to Roby. That was a 3, I believe, wasn't it, Perry?
Yes.
17-11, just over a minute in the third quarter. Bailey Runner setting the offense for the Shamrocks. Peyton Dissett. Christensen. Back to Runner. Runner gets it over to Dissett to the left. Back to Christensen. Runner once again, 40 seconds on the clock. I would assume at this point that Coach Cherry would like him to hold it for the last shot. Although this is the way the offense has gone.
Yeah.
They've been taking an average of well over a minute at times on each possession before they've even shot. Oswald with 20 seconds on the clock. Dissett gets it back to Oswald. Under 10. Oswald kicked away by the Shamrocks. A long shot. That's going to go out of bounds, and that is going to end the third quarter with the score. The Hamilton Heights Huskies 17, the Westfield Shamrocks 11.
Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff of Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customer a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383.
You know, Perry, both of these teams will take to the road next week with Hamilton Heights at Northwestern. And I believe, if I got this right, Westfield is at Greenwood on Tuesday. And then Thursday and Friday, Westfield will be at Hamilton Southeastern for girls-boys doubleheaders with the JV games coming up on Thursday in the varsity games coming up Friday night, so it's a busy schedule for both of these teams.
And a busy schedule for you.
Yes, that's good though. That keeps me rolling, man.
Keeps you out of trouble, right?
Yeah. Keeps me from spending a lot of money on other things.
That's true.
Haven't got time to do it.
Well, we're going into the fourth quarter. Yes, the fourth quarter, and the score is Hamilton Heights 17, Westfield 11.
Now this is more like a football score.
Yeah.
It's definitely basketball today, folks.
Yeah.
I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams. Thank you for joining us from the Husky Dome. Our producer, Will Wofford, cameraman, Lucas LaCour, and our executive producer back at the station is Jim Wofford. We appreciate everything that all those guys do for us. Have you had a chance to catch any of those classic movies that have been on Hamilton County television for the holidays?
Absolutely.
Boy, there are some goodies coming up. Check the website because I can't tell you the names of all of them. There's some great old movies coming up on Hamilton County television. As usual, has been the trend in this game. Both teams taking their time, trying to get things set up. Jillian Oswald. And in that case, there's another case where Ashton DeCrane just could not stop in time, and DeCrane has picked up another foul. That's her second, but only the second of the half. It's odd that we're already into the fourth quarter, Perry. There's only 2 personal fouls on each team.
Yeah, either half we've come even close to.
Yeah. Well, the Shamrocks had 5 in the first half. The Huskies only had 1.
Oh, wow.
Shamrocks intercept the pass. Here's Pentecost. She brings it down. Goes for the shot, but she's fouled by Bailey Runner. And Runner is going to pick up her second on the team in this half. And Zoe Pentecost is going to go to the line for the Shamrocks. She's a 60% free throw shooter. Pentecost misses the first one. Pentecost lines it up for the second shot. That one looks a little better, but does not get the bounce. Misses both. Boy, in a game like this, Perry, these free throws are going to be critical. There's an unforced turnover on Lauren Wiley. I think she took her eye off the ball, looking where she was going to go with it next, and just lost the handle on it. 6:48 to go in the fourth. 17-11 in favor of the Huskies. Huskies try to intercept that, but the ball goes out of bounds. Huskies bring Abby Christensen back in. Michaela Moran will go back to the bench. Moran kind of a role player for this team. She does a good job to give some of the players a rest there. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, but important role player.
Yeah, that's one
Shipley
thing.
is back in.
That's the one thing. The Huskies are not very deep.
Here's Crockett. Misses. Rebounded. Finally come down into the hands of Bailey Runner. He's trying to get it down the floor. Gets it to Oswald. Oswald runs in there. Takes a shot. Misses. Are they going to say that was on the floor? I believe they're going to say that was on the floor before she took the shot. Yes, they are. And that one's going to go against Zoe Pentecost. So third foul of the half on the Shamrocks, a non-shooting foul. Bailey Runner will inbound the ball for the Huskies. Gets it into Jillian Oswald. Around the horn to Christensen. Dissett. Back to Oswald. Oswald gets it blocked, was passing it, but couldn't make the pass. Henson's got a breakaway, but she slows down, but she does make the shot. Ava Henson gets her 8th point of the game. And we're going to have a full timeout, Perry, on Hamilton County Television Sports.
Logan Street Signs, celebrating over 27 years. Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in that last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200. How about Noblesville Trophies? They offer a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate award, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out at noblesvilletrophies.com.
Lots of sports and other presentations coming up on Hamilton County Television, starting here with the new year. As we were talking just a couple minutes ago, all the old-time movies that Jim has managed to get some of the old classics there, and kind of an enjoyable family experience to enjoy some of those older movies. Jillian Oswald brings the ball up court for the Huskies. That's going to be a jump ball, and that's going to go to the possession of the Shamrocks. Shamrocks have a 4-point deficit to make, and Perry, it looks like the momentum has shifted a little bit in this game.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with, the players at Hamilton Heights, with the lack of depth, that, they haven't had much rest, okay? So, I'm not trying to make an excuse, but some of these passes and some of those things they've done is I don't know whether it's mental or what it is, but they've slowed down a little bit. And
shot by Eldridge misses. And it looks like Alyssa Crockett's going to pick up a foul there. That will be her first of the contest in the 4th of the half. Ashton DeCrane back on the floor. taking the place of Gigi Eldridge. 17-13, 5:26 left in regulation. The ball in the hands of Bailey Runner. She's double-teamed all the way across to Dissett, under the basket to Moran, and she is fouled. I think that one's going to go on Alyssa Crockett, Perry.
Yeah, it is.
She was in her face, and it looks like she's going to pick that one up. If so, that is her second.
2 quick ones.
Yep. 5th team foul, and that's going to put Michaela Moran at the line for 2 shots. Misses the first one bad, didn't even hit the rim. 5:15 remaining in regulation, 17-13 in favor of the Huskies. Shamrocks threatening, though. Moran's second shot, it misses also and is rebounded by Henson for the Shamrocks. Olivia Roby brings it up. Roby looking for help, gets it to Jade Shipley. Shipley drives, puts the shot up. Are they going to count that? Yes, they are. So Jade Shipley, Perry, she gets her first points of the game. And I believe that's going to go on Peyton Dissett. That is her second. That's going to give Jade Shipley a chance at the three-point play with the free throw. Shipley 63% from the line. She gets it, and we've got a 1-point game. That one is deflected into the hands of the Shamrocks. Roby takes a shot, misses, but she'll get 2. And I believe that is going to go against Lauren Wiley. So Wiley picks up her first, 3rd team foul of the half on the Huskies. Roby, who shoots 17% from the free throw line, gets her first one.
That's her 4th point tonight. She had a 3-pointer in the last quarter.
Gets them both. And all of a sudden, the Westfield Shamrocks have got the lead for the first time in this game, Perry. Here comes Runner. Abby Christensen looking for help. Finally gets it from Oswald. Roby right on Oswald. Under the basket to Wiley. She misses the layup. Will she be able to get the rebound? She does. And the Huskies have called a timeout. And that will be a 30-second timeout by the Hamilton Heights Huskies.
Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. If you have any questions, contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or ecommunity.com.
You know, when we were talking to Coach Huppenthal at halftime, he was saying that don't count this Westfield Shamrock team out. They are quick and they are deep. And I think, as you alluded to here just a few minutes ago, Perry, I think that strength is starting to show through now. That
she's played Smith's played a lot of. Coach Smith's played a lot of players here, probably 10. She added 10 players in there, probably 9 or 10. And she keeps them rotated around, and there's not much. That Huskies outside of Moran coming off the bench for a little bit for Christensen. That's it.
Well, the Huskies don't have anybody in foul trouble. The Shamrocks, the closest to any foul trouble is Jade Shipley with 3. Been a fairly foul-free game here this afternoon. Runner with the ball. 4.5 minutes left in the third or fourth quarter. A very, very bad shot by Bailey Runner. She hit the side of, or the bottom of the
She just got
backboard.
too far under before she jumped.
Very uncharacteristic of Bailey Runner. Roby setting it up for the Shamrocks. Over to Jade Shipley. Shamrocks look like they'll be content to wait until the Huskies challenge them, and so far the Huskies have not challenged them here.
I think Coach Sherry let a little time run off of this, because this gives them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's kind of like an unscheduled timeout for a little bit, just to kind of get a little breather. Yeah. Finally, Jillian Oswald comes out to challenge Shipley. Roby's
going to be a good one. She's a freshman, and they're going to lose Shipley, and it looks like they got somebody in the wings there.
DeCrane looking for help with the jump circle.
It's a cat and mouse game right now.
Crockett gets it back to Shipley. Peyton Dissett on Shipley. Back out to DeCrane. 3 minutes remaining, a 1-point lead for the Westfield Shamrocks here at the Husky Dome. DeCrane, Shipley. I don't think anybody's going to make their average scoring tallies today.
No.
We finally get a foul called, and that's going to go on Peyton Dissett. That's going to be her fourth. That's sixth team foul of the half. Jade Shipley drives. Henson back out to Crockett. Guarded by Wiley. Crockett drives. Takes it back out to DeCrane. DeCrane, that ball's a kick ball.
Yeah.
Going to give the Shamrocks a chance to substitute and bring Gigi Eldridge back in.
Put a little bit more size in there, Henson out. So you got Crockett and Eldridge both in here in this.
Shamrocks with a 1-point lead, 2:16 remaining in regulation. Crockett over to Roby. Roby guarded by Dissett. Gets it to Shipley. Shipley takes it right around the circle, back out to Roby. All the way across to DeCrane. DeCrane with Christensen on her. DeCrane tries to get it inside. That one's going to go against Bailey Runner. That's going to be her third. And it's going to be the 7th team foul of the half on the Huskies. So that's going to put Alyssa Crockett at the line for the Shamrocks. 72% free throw shooter.
Henson came back in the game for Gigi Eldridge for the defensive part.
Crockett gets the first of the 1-and-1, her second point of the game. But at this point, those are big points, Perry.
Absolutely.
Second shot by Crockett, nothing but net. Alyssa Crockett is 3 for 4 from the free throw line today. All of her points have come via the free throws. Runner, back to Oswald, over to Dissett, all the way across. 3 on the way from Runner. She misses. Rebound ends up in the hands of Henson. The Shamrocks have got 1:20 to go in this game with a 3-point lead. Crockett puts it up, misses, rebounded by Shipley. There's a foul called, and I think that might be going on Runner. Yes, that's going on Bailey Runner. That's number 4 on her, number 8 on the team, and that'll give Jade Shipley a 1-and-1. Looks like Dissett might have gotten the wind knocked out of her.
No, got hit in the top of the head.
Oh, okay.
Right on the forehead.
Yeah, I didn't see it happen, but you could tell the way she was going off the floor.
Yeah, because it's pretty red there.
Yeah.
Well, may have got it right above the eye, maybe.
Yeah. That'll bring Michaela Moran back in. Jade Shipley with a chance to make this a 4 or 5 point lead. Gets the front end.
She's a wily veteran, you know.
Mm-hmm. Shipley with her second shot, trying to make it a 5-point lead for the Shamrocks, and gets it. Eight for 11 from the line today so far, the Shamrocks. There's a foul called on the Shamrocks on the floor. I did not see who they called that on.
On Shipley.
On Jade Shipley. That's her fourth. Number 6. 2 shots coming now.
Not a bad foul, though. Moran's had a tough time at the line.
Yep. Ava Henson picks up the foul, number 7, but Moran's going to have 2 shots. She missed both last time. I've got the Huskies at 2 for 5 so far from the free throw line. Now 2 for 5, yeah. Rather 2 for 6. Under a minute, Shamrocks with the ball. Shipley's going to go back to the line for a 1-and-1. Looks like that's going to go on Abby Christensen, her first, 9th team foul of the half. So Jade Shipley will have a 1-and-1. 5-point lead for the Shamrocks. 53.2 on the clock. Shipley with her first miss of the day, rebounded by the Huskies. Bailey Runner brings it up. Huskies got to be in a hurry here now. Runner with a shot. She misses, but gets it back to Wiley. Wiley with a 3, and she makes the shot. Wiley with her second 3 of the day to give her 8 points has made it a 22-20 game, Perry.
You got to give Bailey Runner credit there. I mean, she took that shot, drove down the lane, got her own rebound, got it back out to Wiley.
She sure did.
Church Hill and Anthem, since their establishment in 1880, our neighbors, our community leaders, and our businesses, school districts have placed their trust to solve most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history in helping our clients when they need it the most. Call them at 317-773-2190. Well, we still got us a pretty good ball game here.
Yeah, the Shamrocks can end this without taking another shot if they can hold on to the ball, Perry. But obviously, I would certainly think that the Huskies will give them some space. But by the time this thing gets down to probably around 20 seconds,
they got to foul.
They're going to
have
to
get
foul.
The ball,
and they may, they may foul early just to keep the time on the clock. Shipley, that's who they want the ball in the hands of. The Shamrocks do.
That's not who the Huskies want.
And Lauren Wiley picks up her second. 10 team fouls now on the Huskies, so Shipley will have 2 shots. Shipley with 5 points in this game so far today. There's point number 6. Shipley with 1 more, and the Shamrocks retreat. Shipley uses that little round the body warm up there for that free throw. Shipley 5 of 6 from the line, 7 points so far in this contest. Bailey Runner with it. She gets it back outside to Christensen. Christensen is fouled, and she'll go to the line for 1-and-1. See who this is going to be on. Ava Henson picks up the foul. 8th team foul of the half, so it'll be 1-and-1 for Abby Christensen. Christensen misses the first half, rebounded by the Shamrocks. Shamrocks, all they've got to do is kill the clock now with 13.1 left. And Jade Shipley is going back to the line. Jillian Oswald picks up her first foul of the half, of the game, rather. Jade Shipley will be at the line for 2 with a 4-point lead for the Westfield Shamrocks. Now they make it 5. Shipley and Ava Henson tied for the scoring lead in this game, both with 8. Shipley now with 9. Leading scorer in the game for both, Lauren Wiley's got 9 for the Huskies. We've got another foul called under the basket. That's going to come back down here to and the Shamrocks will have a couple more shots, but that one's going to go on Haley Champion. And Ava Henson will be shooting 2. Henson is a 71% free throw shooter, misses the first one. Henson gets the second one. She's got 9 points. And that's the way this game will end. The Westfield Shamrocks recovered from a 17-11 deficit at the end of the third quarter to win this game 27-20. Perry, your thoughts on this game? This was an interesting game to say the least, but in the long term, the Shamrocks managed to pull it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good game by both teams. Well, let's thank our sponsors one more time before we go off the air here, Brad. Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health Network, Church Hidland Anthem, Smith's Jewelers, One Zone, HCTV Calendars. I want to thank everybody for listening today here at the Husky Dome, and I appreciate our followers, and of course Lucas and Will, you did a great job. I appreciate it. Brad, it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to be with you, Perry, and a belated Happy New Year to everybody out there watching today, and we appreciate, as we said, you being with us. Thank you very much, and good night from the Husky Dome.